Hey guys, I'm Joseph Day. I'm from West Monroe, Louisiana. I'm a fifth-year senior here at Louisiana Tech. Some people say graduating in 4 years is like leaving the party at 10 o'clock, and I've lived up to that. Today I'm going to explain why my college time has been much like that party. It's had its good times, it's had its bad times, and it's had its moments where lessons were learned. So now that I've certainly confused you with my metaphor, we'll move on to my first piece of information. Let me tell you about the good times. Parties mostly thought of as being a good time. You know, my time in college has plenty of them. To begin, I joined Kappa Sig as a sophomore. Like any other pledge's first year, it was filled with vague memories and good stories. After I got past my young frat boy days, I began to travel with my friends a lot more. I visited Las Vegas, Chicago, Dubai, Cozumel, and Breckenridge in the past 2 years. I really find traveling fascinating, and I enjoy going to new places. More good times. I thoroughly enjoyed intramurals. I will miss that the most when I'm outside of college. And best memory from intramurals would be winning softball and football. My sophomore year, we won the spring intramurals, both those championships in softball and football. And so that was a really fun time. It was pretty awesome. I'm hoping to repeat this year. So now that you know some of my good times, let me tell you about some of the darker, not as good times. You call them bad, I guess. So I believe you get what you give, and it took me a couple of years of college to figure that out. You know, my first year at Tech, I wasn't very outgoing. I didn't go through formal rush, so I didn't meet a bunch of people. I just kind of expected people to come to me. I chose to hang out with the same friends I had from high school, and that got old really quickly because Rabs became like a second home, and that was terrible. So by the end of my freshman year, I was ready to go back home. And I was going to move back in with my parents and go to ULM, and wow, that would have been horrible. But I'm glad I didn't. That was a rough year, though. I wasn't having the best time here at Tech. School was hard, and it was boring. Later on in my college career, I thought I had everything figured out, and my buddies from LSU invited me to go down on their spring break to Gulf Shores. As you know, Tech doesn't get spring break, so I figured I'd miss a week of class. Consequently, I had to drop 2 classes, and I'm a CET major, Instruction Engineering Technology. Most of our classes are offered once a year, so I had to repeat a year, or add a year, we'll say. We'll call it the 5th year, victory lap, as they say. And that's why I'm here now, taking speech as a 23-year-old. I learned a lot, though. You learn from your mistakes. So now that you know my best and worst times, let me tell you the lessons that I did learn in my good times and bad times. A quote from my grandfather, he told me this a lot growing up: the day we stop learning is the day we start dying. And I've kept that with me throughout, and I haven't always applied it, but I think I've got it now, and it's how I applied it to this. Early in my college career, I learned that anywhere I go, I should be willing and ready to meet new people. Because after a couple of years at Tech, I started meeting a lot more people, and it's been enjoyable ever since. It took me a couple of years to figure out that good grades weren't just going to happen on their own, and certainly weren't going to happen from cramming. I crammed a lot early on, didn't make the best grades, and after a couple of years realizing that putting in work every day in small increments builds up to make for a good grade rather than studying all night to get a C. And going back to my Kappa Sig reference, stepping into a leadership role the last 2 years has taught me valuable lessons. I've learned management skills, how to manage chaos, time management, and how to be a leader for a bunch of guys that look up to you, and you try to lead them in the right direction, even though you're not much older than them. I've learned a lot. Inclusion. Today I've described how my time in college is like a party, and it's good times, it's bad times, and plenty of lessons have been learned. I can say, though, I've never wanted to leave a party as bad as I'm ready to graduate college and get out of Ruston.